Hi everyone, it's Kay with Kay's Crochet Patterns and Damn Good Popcorn. This is part 2 in my Etsy series, How to Make Money on Etsy. Probably the most important out of the series will be this video. I've got tons of experience selling on Etsy. I kind of go over that in part 1, so if you want to know who you're talking to, go ahead and watch the beginning of that one. I always advise people, be careful who you take advice from. We're going to get right to it. So, this is the biggest thing people on Etsy mess up. They're used to the old-fashioned Etsy SEO, search engine optimization, from years ago, where you used to stuff the titles with as many keywords as you could, and that was how that was done. Now, I personally never did that because I have always known that Google runs the internet, not Etsy. So, anyway, 2 years ago, Etsy went to AI, artificial intelligence. So spamming your titles with keywords will no longer work. And it will get you kicked out of Google Shopping, which you don't want to be kicked out of Google Shopping. Probably 80% of my views come from Google Shopping because my titles in all of my Etsy stores are optimized for Google. Always optimize for Google. Here's the other thing I want to say. Good SEO never goes out of style. People say, oh, I'm so tired of redoing it. If you did it right, you don't ever need to redo it. You know, as long as you go by Google rules, they very rarely change anything in regard to product listings. I haven't seen it change in years. So if you're constantly changing your titles, you're doing something wrong. If you do it right the first time, you don't have anything to worry about. So here's the page we're on, which is the Google Merchants page. Up here you see basic product data. I'm going to put the link in the description. This is the rules for how your titles and descriptions have to be written to be included in Google Shopping. So let's look at... This is more for people that sell resale, so it's not too important to you, but if you want to use a SKU number, this is where you get information on that. Here's the most important one right here, which is titles. This is where I see so many people mess up. And so many people don't realize that Google has rules about how you can write your title. This is why Amazon is so picky. If you sell on Amazon Handmade, because they're going by Google Shopping rules. So let's look at this first one. Accurately describe your product and match the title from your landing page. Now this, you got to remember, some of this is geared towards your own website, but we're on Etsy. Don't include promotional text like free shipping, all capital letters, or gimmicky foreign characters. I keep telling people you can't put this stuff in a title. For variants, included distinguishing features such as color or size. I talked a little bit about that in part 1. So if you're using variants, you always want the color in the title. So let's use their example. Men's polo shirt, you would put in blue. So always get the color on there, or the size, or both. The color is a huge keyword. People always search by color. Some of this for Russia, for mobile devices, doesn't really apply to Etsy. Okay, let's go to description. Accurately describe your product. Don't include promotional text like free shipping, all capital letters, or gimmicky foreign characters. Now, foreign characters, this is when people on Etsy put those cute little hearts in their description or stars. Don't do it. Stop putting that stuff in your description. It's silly. Google hates it. Don't do it. I just saw another one on the forum today that's got the little hearts in her descriptions, and she wonders why she's not getting any views. All this stuff is going to get you kicked out of Google Shopping. Include only information about the product. Don't include links to your store, sales information, details about competitors. I see people do that a lot. Other products or accessories. So this also means don't put any shipping information in your description. The description is just to describe the product you're selling. That's all it is. They don't want shipping information in there. Nothing but a description of what you're selling. And you do have to sell it. So you have to make people want to buy your product, but don't get too crazy with it. Just accurately describe what it is you're selling and why they should buy it. Okay, this part's about links, so this is more geared towards your own website. This is about images. Dang, Etsy still isn't really doing the images right. Hopefully one day they'll get that fixed. But just for your information, every time you upload an image, you should always name it what it is. We're going to go over that more in part 3 when I go over pictures, but just keep that in mind. This is more on images, which won't really apply to Etsy. The other thing is, too, no watermarks. If you watermark your pictures, and I think it's down in there somewhere, you're automatically kicked out of Google Shopping. Here's the thing, watermarks don't work anyway, because the smart ones know how to take it out, and the other ones just don't care and will use your picture anyway. And most people just don't even pay attention that the watermark won't match the shop that's selling it. So it's just a waste of time. Take those watermarks out of your pictures. You can't use them on Amazon either. So yeah, just don't watermark your pictures because it doesn't help anything. Now I want to talk about how to find your best keywords. I'm going to put the link for this too. Go to Google Keyword Generator. That's a great way to find great keywords if you need some new ones or you don't have enough for what you're selling. I want to talk about another quick way to find great keywords. Go up here to Etsy and search for your items. Search for something that you sell. Let's put Bernat yarn. Now look at what it brings up. It's going to bring up the most searched words. So I know I need these as my keywords. So you can do this with anything, and it will always bring up the top searches. So that's a really quick way to find some good keywords. Now let's look at a few of my titles in my crochet supply shop. See how simple my titles are? Lion Brand Cover Story Yarn in Ebony. Black super bulky polyester yarn. Now I did use yarn twice, but that's okay because it's still not, twice is not keyword spamming. Why did I use it twice? Because I want the title to make sense. So if I left yarn off at the end, it probably would have been okay too. But Google's big thing is they want the titles written for humans, not computers. Humans want a title that makes sense when you read it. So if you're doing the crazy keyword spamming, your title sounds like spam or somebody scamming people. This is why Google did away with that. They don't want any of that anymore, and you're really hurting yourself. Just go with what you're selling. Keep it simple, make it make sense, write for human beings, don't write for computers. You can see my description. Just the facts. That's all you need. Let's look at another one. Again, I got crochet hook twice, but again, it's to make it make sense. Hook Nook ergonomic crochet hook, size 8 or 5.0 millimeter pink designer crochet hook. So again, you don't need long rambling. You know, people go on about long tell, short tell. If you just make a good title that makes sense, put your best keywords first, you'll find. You don't need to worry about all that other stuff. You just got to have a good title and a good description. Remember, Google says put your best keywords in the first half of the title. So mine, Sharpie brush lettering pens, pack of 4, black, blue, green, red. Remember, I said people search by color. Made in the USA. That's also a big one if you're a shop selling in the United States. People love to buy made in the USA. So, here's my description. Hopefully you're seeing the pattern here. It's simple titles that make sense, that humans read. No gimmick, no all capital letters, no free shipping, no symbols, none of that. Your title does not have to be long to be seen. It just needs to make sense and have the best keywords you can find. Now also, on Etsy we have the tags. So you want to make sure, like I said in part 1, to use all 13 tags and make those your best keywords. Let's see if we can find an example of somebody else's titles so I can show you. What should we search for? Let's just search other yarns. Wow, this is a whole mess of not good. These pictures are horrible. Let's just pick one. That's not too bad, but that's not too good either. I mean, I hate to critique. I think what I'll do next time is I'll ask some people ahead if I can critique their Etsy stores. So I feel kind of bad doing it without their permission. If anybody here wants me to critique theirs, comment down below with a link to your Etsy shop, and we'll do a whole video on critiquing Etsy shops so you guys can learn. I just would rather have somebody's permission. But you will see, I'm sure maybe in your own shop you'll see where somebody puts get well card, and then they'll use card like 10 times in a title. Don't do it. Google hates it. It will get you nowhere. I'm going to pop out of here. Pop into my popcorn store. And you can see some more titles. The popcorn store is a little harder to do. So let's just look at this one. Okay, personalized is a huge keyword. People love anything that's personalized. So if you're selling personalized items, that should be your first keyword. Personalized cotton candy rainbow cake, cotton candy birthday cake. So again, I repeated it once so that the title would make sense. This is a really new listing, and it has already sold like crazy. So this is how important search engine optimization is. Like I said, it's how you're going to get found. Instead of playing forum games and all that, just make sure you had the best search SEO possible. I promise you, this is 90% of the battle. Maybe 80, because 20% is going to be your picture. You can notice here, I hate taking pictures, but I got the best picture I could. Then I paid a website called Remove the Background to remove the background and make it white, because I don't have time to be doing all that. I think it costs $1, something like that. It's worth the money. RemoveTheBackground.com. They might have changed to pixels, but if you put that in, you'll find it. So I hope this all helped you today. Like I said, if you want me to critique your store, put a comment below with a link to your store, and we'll go over your store in the next video. Please subscribe and comment for me. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so if y'all could help me, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.